battleship foundered.
Hey team, it's Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Got a great video of the Patrie or Patrie disc, whatever you want to call it, but it's my review and take on it. Yes, it is a super battleship, if you will, but you know what? If it's there, you're going to try it and use it and see what it's like. And really, I don't know. I mean, it's not like super ships, in my opinion, are invulnerable or anything. It's just they are a little bit more powerful, yes. But I mean, this is wargaming. They got to make money. They got to get the new crowd in. And I understand it, but I'm just doing this video just for the sake of it, just to do it. I normally am not a battleship player. I'm more of a destroyer player. And but this is my thoughts. If you're thinking about wanting to use a lot of credits for it, to try it out, get it, whatever it is for you. And if you don't like it, don't watch it, and just enjoy the video. Anyways, let's talk about it. Before we begin, like, subscribe, bell button below if you want to help us support, grow the channel. I appreciate all those who have helped us, and great comments, and the talk and the community is really, really awesome, and I really enjoy it, and people have been really great and been really nice about it, and we're having a blast doing it, and we're all getting to learn a lot of new things together, and having great community talk, and just having a blast, you know, just hanging out and shooting ships, sailing ships as well. Okay, so let's go into it. And so as you can see, the Patrie right now, it's a pretty quick battleship. To me, overall big impression is it's a big Republic, essentially with 3 turrets instead of 2, 12 guns all maxed together. Pretty big guns. They're okay. I mean, they're like Republic guns, but man, do they make a great sound when you fire them. Listen to the video, as well as they do pack a wallop. You get a little bit extra HP pull, 108,000. Yeah, what you do. And everything else is the same. There's really not much gimmicks in it. It's got a speed boost. It's got heals. Yay. But as you can see right now, we're going to head to Charlie Cap. Now, again, I don't like the style gameplay where we're just running in the back of the map and sniping. That's essentially what the meta has become today. And you guys can talk about it later and figure it out. But, I mean, we've had tons of discussions about this. It doesn't encourage brawling. Although the fun part about this is, and I do it for you guys, so you guys don't have to do it, but I built an IFHE build, secondary build that is, for the Patrie. You look at the secondaries of the minimap. They go out to 12.5. The IFHE perk for Captain perk allows you to penetrate about 21 millimeters of armor now, that's all you need really to penetrate superstructure. And again, they start fires the best they can. It's really, really awesome. I like it. And the reason why I did it is because there's only 4 turrets per side, as well as the other 3 bigger turrets. So I would say, we'll say 7 shooting on all at once. The first little 100 millimeter guns, the 4 of them have a reload of about 1.3 seconds, which is pretty incredible if you build into it. And I just saw somebody do it one day, and it was like, whoa, is there some rapid fire little guns right there on the sides? It's like you have little destroyers attached to your sides. And I was like, well, let's try it out. Anyways, if you look at the build at the beginning of the video, you'll understand why that is and watch the video. This is more of a secondary kind of style gameplay, not initially first, but I'm trying to promote it. Hey, we need brawling, we need secondary ships back at the game, and that's why I like to do this. So we're just going to turn the ship right around. We're far enough away. We're not really a threat. Again, this is the meta. You're in the back. You're just kind of going and doing figure 8s and circles to really just get them to shoot at you, to reveal themselves and shoot from distance, because otherwise, if you push in too fast, especially since our destroyer is dead now, you're perma-spotted, you're going to get burned to death, you're going to get torped to death, yada, yada, yada. It essentially is not a favorable chance to throw away your ship like that, and I don't recommend it. Look at that. We're still taking damage from this far out, and again, that's just the way the meta is right now. Well, I'm teaching you basically what you got to do is the timing, the patience, and really what you can do with the ship. The concealment on this thing, it's okay, 14 kilometers standard for kind of a battleship this size. And really you're staying away from either subs, destroyers, whatever that may be, and just kind of waiting it out, seeing what's going to happen. What is the enemy team going to do? Are they going to push? Which is good because we have secondaries that are one of the longest ranges, 12.5, and you got some pretty big guns. The guns are awesome for AP slapping, Citadel hitting, but you don't underestimate the power of HE, which is why I have HE loaded right now, because these things do start a lot of fires. So it's a toss-up about whether or not what you want to use. 20-second, about if you build for it, main battery gun reload, you can get about, I would say, 26 seconds, and then an adrenaline rush kicks in, you get a little faster reloaded. So right now we got a Montana. Watch, look at, ooh, the sound of that gun is awesome. 25-second reload, and watch this. When these things hit, do they start some fires? Boom, look at that, 12,000 damage. That's not even starting a fire, but if we hit them again, it may start a fire. Oh, who knows? But they're really good at that. The other good things about this, essentially, is just, again, a Republic. What are good about it? The guns are good. They're fast-firing shells. They're accurate, especially at a medium range. Not the long-range ones. Those aren't. They start getting wonky right there. But again, I do like the secondary build of it. Again, the armor is not as great. It's not as good as, say, a Kremlin or maybe a Montana or some of the heavier battleships, because it's French. It's French armor. You do get hit pretty hard. You get Citadel easily, and like that right there. Look, I mean, didn't do much. One shell, but 5,000. Hey, it means a difference over time. And standard heals, whatnot, and we're going to go ahead and continue doing what we're doing right here. We're going to slow down, actually throw some shells off. Now, watch this. Slowing down is good with this engine boost. You can for a battleship, slow down pretty well. And we fire, and look at that, we start a fire. These HE shells do pretty significant damage. I know the Schlieffen has those quick damage cons, so we're going to see if we can start as many fires as we can on him. Oh, wow, I know he's going to push in and use his secondary guns, because his guns are pretty weak and wonky at this range, and with only 8 of them, well, we got 12. So there we go, fire again, fire HE, and see if we can start a fire. And our strategy is to basically nose away and just kind of reverse into them. Boom! Right there. Modules damage, torpedoes damage. And we're, again, see if we can... Yep, we still got a fire on him. It's still ticking up at the damage counter up at the top right there. And we're just going to go in reverse and kind of just like go forward, just like throwing off shells. Let's see, firing at us. He's firing HE as well. Let's, ooh, getting bombed as well. And let's fire another salvo right into the Schlieffen. See if we can start another fire. And did we get one? Boom. No, we don't, but we do take 7,400 damage off of him, and he is getting really close into secondary range. Let's see how the secondaries work. I'm just trying them out. Yep, got the carrier Eagle, which is an overpowered carrier, by the way, and there they go. Watch how fast those guns. There's only 4 little turrets, 100 millimeters, and there's 3 of those bigger, 150-something turrets, I believe. I don't know what they're called. Ooh, and there Schlieffen gets taken out by the Marseille. But you see, they're really fast-firing and great range. The Schlieffen couldn't even get his secondaries off because he was turning in, and he had to reposition. And we're just going to continue backing into the Georgia and Montana. So let's see how this works. I know that a lot of the superstructures on the American battleships are 19 millimeters armor. So again, having IFHE, not only is it harder to start fires, but you do get that alpha damage on the 21 millimeters or lower, which is good. And we're going to see if we can start some fires on the good broadside Montana. We'll hold off on AP right now. And boom, look at that. Significant damage. Not the greatest, but it's still at this range, backing into it and kind of just waiting for the team to make a mistake. Obviously, the Montana is running away. We're going to see if we can start another fire and get a perma fire on him. And there we go. We got the Georgia also going into secondary range. Look at the secondaries going off right now. Look at that. Out in 12.5 kilometers. Montana is running away. Let's see if we can get some accurate shots in there. There's one hit right there. Do we get another one? And boom! RIP. Back to Patrie. Splash one for us right there. We're up to 58,000 damage. And the Georgia's now in our range to have 12 guns of mayhem fire on him. And look at that. We're getting just 462 damage, 462. It's not much, but it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. And look at these. These rapid fire guns are insane. Can you imagine if this was like an all-sass and we had like 9 of these things going? It'd just be an utter mayhem. Getting 2 fire starter right now. Georgia is hurting pretty bad. He's going to either have the damage con, reload his heals really quickly, but we're still firing HE and getting those secondary hits on him. Look at that, 946 damage. Not the greatest, but still something to think about while he's busy taking on someone else. We are busy pummeling his side with some nice, juicy HE. And boom, right there, look at that, we got a couple thousand damage right there. We are now comfortable going full broadside to him. He's not aiming at us. And just look at those guns firing away. Beautiful sight to see. Did I not tell you I love secondary battleships? They're really fun. It really brings a lot of dynamic, engaging action in the game. And now we've taken him out, and we're going to go ahead and focus on the Smolensk. So a couple things that if you're thinking about the ship, what do I like about it? Well, the things I like about it are the 12 guns that are really accurate. I like those a lot. Because I like Republic guns. I wish they had 12 of them. Now, if you want to do the hard route, you can also get the Burgonia, which is the steel battleship, but you got to get steel. This one I just pay for credits, which are a little bit easier resource to have. I just had extra, credits lying around, and I just used them. That's about 46,000 plus the credits, I believe, something around that range. It's a lot of credits, but with the new flags and economic bonus, everything, you can get those pretty easily if you grind for it pretty well. Smolensk doing the old juke maneuver stuff, so it's throwing off my shots. But look at those nice shots right there. Nice dispersion if we do connect, but unfortunately he is kind of running away, kiting, and doing everything he can correctly, that is. And he's going to take some torpedoes. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ooh, right there. Man, that Eagle carrier, I'm telling you, is a pain. I don't like carriers for that reason, because we've already talked about in my previous videos that it's just impossible to defend against. I mean, yeah, the carrier is really launching a projectile in the air that launches projectiles, and they have full control of the aircraft, and then they can drop the projectiles all the way down to the very surface area of the map, and you can't really do much about it. So what are we doing right now? We're just going to continue driving towards, the end of the battlefield. I mean, the game's pretty much over at this point. There's only 3 ships left with the carrier. A couple other things I like about it. The secondaries are fun, not the greatest, so I wouldn't recommend you building into them. Somebody asked, well, what's the gun size on the Patrie? It's about 431. Yeah, roughly around what Republic is. Same thing. It's just a bigger Republic. I find that's what the super ships are these days. They kind of are lazy and just kind of add an extra turret or something to tier 10, whatever that tech tree line was. Going back to, I like the secondaries because they're long range, they fire fast. You can tell what we did on the damage we did on the Georgia and the Schlieffen. Not the greatest, not the much, but they're death by 1,000 paper cuts. They're there to be a distraction and start fires. But the bread and butter is the main battery guns that shoot a lot of shells down range. Speed boost is great, whatever. And then, of course, the normal damage con and heals. That's pretty much it. The HP pool is great, 108,000. I mean, that's why we're still alive right now. We got 78,000 left. It's really difficult to kill this thing. That's what I feel like super ships are. They're just bigger targets that last longer. Whoop-de-doo. And, nose in carrier. Let's see, look at the dispersion on this thing. We fire a salvo right there, and look at this dispersion. So not the greatest dispersion like a Republic would. But I feel like you get better the closer you get. Look at that dispersion. So I'm assuming like it's either bad Sigma or just poor RNG right there. So anyways, that's the dispersion right there. And then the Sigma's probably, pretty bad as well. But it gets better as the closer we get. As you're going to see, once the carrier starts giving us full broadside, we get all 12 guns and we'll connect. And you can make the judgment on your own as what kind of play style do you like? Do you like that kind of spread and so forth? Here comes a shot right now. Look at that. Now this spread's way better. And we always took that shot around about 17 kilometers. Look at that grouping. Really nice. And, right there, 22,000 damage right there. That is exactly why I like the Republic and I like the Patrie. It's for those consistent kind of hitting guns at medium range. Also, the range is pretty redonkulous, too. I mean, 26 kilometers on the just basic battery. No spotter plane or anything. That's what you get. I mean, you're getting long-range shots, and hopefully they connect at that far out. And here we go. Do we connect and get the kill? Boom! Splash with a Citadel. That's splash 2 for the day. 118,000 damage, and RIP back to Patrie for him. And that is how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. And again, this is the Patrie super ship. Do I recommend it? It's up to you guys. It's a super ship. Whoop-de-doo. You pay credits for it. You play it. You enjoy it. The cons about this, you don't make much money on it unless you build tons and tons of flags on it. It is a super battleship, of course. The cons are it's big, it's bulky, it's not as maneuverable, it's huge, it's a big target, obviously. Very susceptible to destroyers and carriers, obviously. The AA is not as great as you would want it to be. It does stuff. It fires stuff and does a fireworks display. But again, I've kind of had a bad thing about the whole whatchamacallit thing. The other things I don't like about it is maybe it needs another gimmick. Maybe I would say to me make this worth it. Maybe like, I mean, it doesn't have a spotter plane. At least give it a fighter plane of some kind. Maybe I know French Battleships don't have anything else other than a reload booster, maybe a reload booster, but that would make it super, super powerful, or add more secondaries on this dang thing. So those are the couple things I don't like about it. It doesn't have some of the things that make this worth a super ship. I feel like it's just a Republic with an extra gun and more HP. But anyways, that's my take on it. Let me know what you think about the comments below. And that's pretty much the end of the match. It kind of ends with us just trying to find the Shimakaze. But let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, bell button below. Help us if you want to. If you'd like to help us get to 800 subscribers. We're on our way. Our ultimate goal is 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty cool. And we've been doing it as this fun hobby. And hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you on the high seas. Talk to you soon. Cheers.